CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Vicki Barker in London. The scene in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, this morning.
Attack of the drones started a little bit earlier than 7 a.m. this morning. There were 3 explosions, and by now there were around 7 explosions, all of them in the city center of Kyiv. The area of the attack is the railway station where the power plant is located.
Ukrainian journalist Katerina Malafieva. This news just in. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has said he's buying Parler, the social media platform. The midterms, voters already casting ballots in 18 states, and voting starts in 8 more this week. What are they worried about, and where are they casting the blame? CBS pollster Anthony Salvanto telling Face the Nation.
We've gotten bad news this week about inflation. Who's responsible for this? And are the Democrats and Joe Biden responsible for this? And the answer is somewhat. People understand that there are other factors there.
With those midterm elections looming, Arizona's redefining the term battleground state.
Evan McMullin, an independent candidate, is posing an unexpectedly strong challenge to Senator Mike Lee, a Republican of Utah. In an interview on NBC's Meet the Press, McMullin said unequivocally that he would not caucus with either party.
I'm committed to maintaining my independence. I'm building a cross-partisan coalition.
Carrie Lake, the Republican candidate for governor of Arizona, refused on Sunday to commit to accepting the results of her election.
I'm going to win the election and I will accept that result.
If you lose, will you accept that?
I'm going to win the election and I will accept that result.
Lake appeared on CNN's State of the Union. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Police in Stockton, California say they're confident they've caught the serial killer they were looking for. 43-year-old Wesley Brownlee will be arraigned tomorrow, expected to face charges over 6 fatal shootings. A famous children's retailer rising from the ashes. CBS's Elise Preston has that.
Just in time for the holidays, Toys R Us shops have officially opened in select Macy's locations across the country. Macy's is celebrating with 9 days of family activities and giveaways. The expansion of Toys R Us shops was first announced back in July. The popular decades-old toy retailer had closed all of its brick-and-mortar locations back in 2018 after the company declared bankruptcy.
In South Korea, bye-bye BTS. For now, the K-pop group will comply with a law requiring all able-bodied men in South Korea to serve 18 to 21 months in that country's military. The group's going on hiatus till 2025. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Calling all veterans, Uncle Sam needs you to help the wheels of American democracy keep turning.
An estimated shortage of 130,000 poll workers ahead of the midterms has sparked a national campaign to recruit veterans and military family members for the job.
We're trying to figure out a good way to get veterans engaged in positive civic engagement.
Leading the recruitment campaign, We the Veterans, board member Joe Planzler.
Veterans are really keenly attuned to following rules and regulations, which is super important for safety and security of our election.
Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
And finally, what is going on in Russia? Aviation experts, oil executives, and oligarchs are among at least 15 Russian nationals to have died there and abroad in dubious circumstances since the invasion of Ukraine, falling from hospital windows, falling downstairs, falling off their yacht, suffering a, quote, drug-induced heart attack. Observers suggest a single diagnosis, opposing Vladimir Putin's war. I'm Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Whether you're working in an office or remote, Staples has your tech.
New AirPods so I can turn up the music and tune out distractions.
Staples has your tech.
Oh, a spare monitor for my spare bedroom/home office.
A webcam for all my video chats.
Staples has you covered with tech solutions and accessories, from the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. In-store and online. Ends 10/22, limit 2 while supplies last.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
Looking to buy a home? Look to the mortgage professionals at U.S. Bank. Amy Stafford, mortgage lender for the Barron County market, knows buying a home can be a scary process. She has the experience to help you decide how much home you can afford, whether a conventional fixed or adjustable rate loan or FHA or VA may fit your situation. Call Amy at 659-3200. She'll take the time necessary to answer all of your questions. You'll feel good about choosing U.S. Bank to partner with in purchasing your first or your next home. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
All right, we've made it to Monday after a fun weekend. We are back up and running here today for sure here on Good Morning Live from WCLU with the first things first. Look at the birthday list right here on WCLU. We've got folks who are celebrating today. And we got to tell you that Lindsay Humphrey, we're going to sound the 30 gong for you, ma'am, here at the bottom of the hour. We've got Cody Coomer, who is turning 31 today. Mr. Wendy Frazier celebrates. Lena Joyce Bunch is 92. We have Debbie Gray turning 70 today. A happy birthday for Amy Jones. A happy birthday for Nicole Jones. And that's where we're starting here this morning, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com. Birthdays and anniversaries. That's kind of how we get together and get everybody together here each and every morning. Now we are at 6:08, 43 degrees from WCLU in the forecast center. First of all, we're going to get nippy. We're not there yet. We've got a sunny day today, a high of 55. Tonight's going to be clear and a low of 26. Tuesday, widespread frost early. Otherwise, a sunny day overall. We'll reach 50 by tomorrow after a cool start. Tuesday night, widespread frost, mainly late, about after 11 p.m. Otherwise, not sunny at night, but clear night, mostly clear, and a low of 26 degrees. Yeah, that 26 threw me off there a little bit. So anyway, Tuesday night, widespread frost, dropping to 26. And Wednesday, sunshine will rebound up to about 53 degrees on Wednesday. It's quiet on the constant coverage studio radar screen this morning. The barometer's down at 29.92, 100% humidity. We did get a little precip over the weekend. We got 2 100s on Saturday here at our studios. Our neighbors in Tompkinsville and Monroe County got the most rain here in our neck of the woods. They got 1300s in T-ville on Saturday, so a little more than what our .02 added up to. But nonetheless, whatever the rain was, everybody's been glad to be getting it. 43 degrees now from WCLU at 6:09. You're on the live and local Good Morning Live program on WCLU and on Willie 94.1.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care. Total local care.
The I didn't realize you liked me that way deal. Because it's one thing to receive McDonald's, but an entirely other thing to know that they woke up early to face the world and bring you McDonald's breakfast still hot in the bag.
Appreciate you. Get 2 of your breakfast favorites for only $5. Crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Only at McDonald's. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you haven't been to Hurt Auto Sales at 621 West Main Street in Glasgow in a while, you've missed it. But to get us caught up, here he is, Bobby Lee Hurt.
Hey, Henry, we just got in a 2014 GMC Crew Cab two-wheel drive truck for only $21,900. 13 Nissan Pathfinder Platinum Edition all-wheel drive local vehicle, only $15,900. 2014 Jeep Cherokee, a mid-size SUV, nice looking ride, $14,900. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, we have an 06 Buick Lucerne CXL, excellent condition, just $6,900.
Don't you get a good feeling when people come up here looking and they have found exactly what they want?
We have a lot of that and proud to do so.
So it's 621 West Main Street. Those are just 4, but the highlights are much more. If you come check it out today at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street. Bobby Lee is here. The hot light is on and it reads,
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Good morning. It is Monday, October 17th, 2022 now, 6:12, and currently it is a little chilly out there this morning. If you haven't heard already, 43 degrees, but a cool down is on the way into Tuesday. You've already heard a little bit about that, but keep that in mind as you're heading through today. Of course, we'll have a little bit of a normal day today. Tomorrow, waking up, it'll be 20s in the 20s, and that is really probably about the first time this year that we've gotten that low. That's where we're projecting, so we'll certainly have some frost by then. Make preparations now for that. Well, lots going on this week here in Barron County and here locally. First, that fiscal court meeting happening Tuesday morning at 9 in the morning. That's going to be there at the Barron County Fiscal Courtroom on the 3rd floor of the Government Center. Looks like they have several things to go over. Of course, their standard committee reports and lots of things under those. Under the Administrative Budget Committee, they'll be taking bids or looking at bids for the courthouse janitorial services. Now, this is a continuing action here. For months now, magistrates have been considering whether renewing the current contract with the company that provides the janitorial services there at the Barron County Courthouse or looking toward another company. Of course, some of the folks that work there in the courthouse had expressed some concerns at an earlier fiscal court meeting, citing some concerns with the way that those janitorial services were being completed. And again, we don't exactly know which direction they'll be heading with that, but we'll hear that at the fiscal court meeting on Tuesday. The Sheriff's Department, several things there, grants, FBI task force, sale of surplus vehicles, as well as the transfer of surplus tablets to emergency management, and an updated agreement with Barron County Schools for school resource officer. Also, the big thing under the American Rescue Plan Act Committee, the healthcare sector. Many folks are continuing to make requests, and we checked several weeks ago, and even then, the county had received over 700 requests for folks to get in on that ARPA money. Now, again, as a reminder, the American Rescue Plan Act, that's that federal funding that was handed down to local governments like Barron County government. The county receiving over $8 million in ARPA funding from the federal government. They've been looking ahead toward giving the healthcare sector payments, or essentially money for working during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are wanting to prioritize this first before they give to some other groups. They, of course, handled this several months ago and then revisited a little later on when they found out several people apparently did not get these payouts. And the second thing under that committee report, looks like the county County is going to be initiating a contract perhaps with the Swagger Institute. It's a bit unclear about what that's going to entail and why that is going to happen. But again, that will happen at the fiscal court meeting on Tuesday. They'll also be looking at an ordinance again relating to the speed limit along Gross Cemetery Road. Looks like they're wanting to reduce that speed limit there, and several other things under new business, including the normal budget adjustments, transfer of funds, and acknowledgement of receipts for tax rates across the region. Again, that meeting, you can catch it live on YouTube. The Glasgow Electric Plant Board will be holding that there at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. You'll also be able to catch coverage here at WCLU Radio. Well, traffic impacts this week to know about. There are several of them. We'll start out in Barron County this week. Remember that project along Kentucky 90. We're continuing to repeat that each week, and it looks like road work is still going on there along Burkesville Road. Crews are working in that area to create an entire bypass around the 88 community, and we still understand here that motorists are urged to reduce their speed and remain vigilant in that area. That's what the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is saying. They say access to Moore Road there from Kentucky 90, it will be restored once traffic is shifted to the new road alignment that's currently being constructed, and residents along Moore Road, they can use Kentucky 839, Chenoweth Road, or Wilborn Road as an alternate route. Also, South Fork Road folks, remember that project is still ongoing there from mile point 3.2 to 4.5. It's a highway safety improvement project, and that's going along from Bales Road, extending north to the US 31E area, and they'll be resurfacing that area there, and they're going to be fixing a few things like curved super elevations, drainage structures, roadside slopes, shoulders and ditches, etc. So as you know, South Fork Road can be a little dangerous, especially for folks who are gaining some speed on that roadway. Hopefully this will help alleviate some of those problems. And then finally along Roseville Road, again, these are all ongoing projects, things you've likely heard about before. It's a pavement repair and resurfacing project there, and that's going to continue along Kentucky 249, or as many folks know it, Roseville Road, beginning at the north end of Skaggs Creek Bridge and extending all the way north there to the intersection with US 31E. Folks, in Metcalfe County this week, Wisdom Road, that resurfacing project's going on there. Reminder of that, Glasgow Road, a resurfacing project. It's expected to continue, and they say that's going to begin at Depp Road and extend east to Kentucky 3234 and along Greensburg Street quite a bit from mile point 0 all the way to 9.9. It is a resurfacing project there, so nearly 10 miles worth of that resurfacing project. And if you're driving along the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Expressway this week, remember that a project to rehabilitate and resurface that area here in Barron and over in Metcalfe County, it's continuing. The 20-mile marker to the 36-mile marker, that's where you have to worry about, and that's going to be lowered to 55 miles per hour there as far as the speed limit goes. And then finally, solely here in Barron County, they're continuing that project along the Parkway. So several things to know about this week. You'll find this impact report at our website a little later on, WCLUradio.com. Well, tragic news out of Meade County. Kentucky State Police say they were investigating a fatal collision there over the weekend. That happened sometime Saturday evening. State Police say they responded there with the Meade County Sheriff's Office to US 60 and Kentucky 1238, and a juvenile was killed in that crash. The preliminary investigation reveals that a 17-year-old male from New Albany, Indiana, was driving a Suzuki motorcycle eastbound along US 60 when he attempted to pass a 2010 Nissan Titan truck that was also traveling eastbound, and police say that truck was making a left turn. It was slowing down. The motorcycle passed the truck, or at least attempted to, and that truck turned left right into the path of that motorcycle, and that juvenile was ejected from the motorcycle and was transported to Baptist Health Hardin, where he was later pronounced deceased there by the Hardin County Coroner's Office. Police say the other person in that truck, 24-year-old Brandon Bailey of Lewisport, he was uninjured in that collision. It's 6:19 and 43 degrees on the 911 report today. Looks like there was an incident along Tompkinsville Road and Summershade Road yesterday, 3:22 in the afternoon. We understand that Barron Metcalfe EMS responded to that, but we don't have any information about what that was exactly. Likely an accident. We'll be right back.
At Metro by T-Mobile, you can save more. Choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones from brands you love, like Samsung, with one line of unlimited 5G for $40, period. Taxes and fees included. That's the lowest price in prepaid. Switch now and get both to save more, only at Metro. If congested, the fraction of users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile due to prioritization. Video streams in SD requires eligible port-in. See store for details.
It's 4th and long. The Titans are going to need a miracle to win this game. The quarterback is calling an audible at the line.
800, 4,600, 800, 4,600.
The pass is up. Touchdown, Titans! It always pays to make the right call. If you've been injured in a car wreck, make the right call. Hughes & Coleman. 800-800-4600. Call today for a free case evaluation. Hughes & Coleman, the official injury lawyers of the Tennessee Titans.
Principal Office, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hughes & Coleman is proud to be the official injury lawyers of the Tennessee Titans. To celebrate, Hughes & Coleman is giving away 2 free club-level tickets to every Titans home game and suite tickets to select Titans games. All you have to do is go to titans.hughesandcoleman.com, titans.hughesandcoleman.com, and register for your chance to win. Valid for residents 18 years or older in Tennessee and Kentucky. See titans.hughesandcoleman.com for official rules. Principal Office, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Welcome back in this morning. It's great that you chose to listen to us this morning. We're glad you did. It's Monday, October 17th, 43 degrees today. Looks like we are heading toward a rather cool day today, sunny with a high near 55. And by this evening, that's where it's really going to drop down. Widespread frost after 4 o'clock into your Tuesday morning, and then low around 28 as we're waking up. Tuesday, the high a little bit lower than today, even 51 degrees, and heading through the rest of the week. Looks like by the weekend, hopefully we'll get back up into the 70s, but at least looking through the rest of the forecast, looks like we might be done with the 80-degree temperatures even. So get out there and enjoy this fall time. The autumn season is really peaking right now. The colors are wonderful here in South Central Kentucky. You don't have to drive to a mountain escape to see all of these beautiful colors. They are really great this year. Enjoy those a little bit. In more news this hour, Martin County's top elected official is resigning from office. Colby Kirk's departure leaves a vacancy in a county post that's been plagued by instability in recent years. WYMT-TV reports Kirk announced his resignation Friday. He's taking a job as CEO of One East Kentucky. That's a group that recruits business and investment to the region. Kirk was sworn in as interim replacement in January after the departure of Judge Executive Victor Sloan. Sloan, who had been battling cancer, he died in January. Sloan replaces William Davis, who abruptly resigned last March. Criminal justice reform advocates in the Commonwealth are asking Governor Andy Beshear to decriminalize marijuana possession. Nadia Ramlagan reports.
The request follows President Joe Biden's announcement of mass pardons at the federal level for people who were convicted of carrying marijuana. Louisville Democratic State Representative Nima Kulkarni explains state decriminalization policies would ensure Kentuckians with minor drug possession and paraphernalia charges would have the option for record expungement.
And what Biden recommended is that governors look into what those possible pardon powers are and to use them to make sure that his focus on the decriminalization aspect of cannabis use is done on a state level.
She adds mounting evidence indicates simply legalizing marijuana doesn't significantly affect the number of people facing barriers in employment, housing, and reduced income as consequences of drug possession charges, particularly black and brown people. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
Great Smoky Mountains National Park officials say a campground that's been closed for 9 years, it's been reopened. Look Rock Campground is a 68-site facility that Superintendent Cassius Cash says provides camping along one of the park's most scenic drives. Now, the campground opened Saturday, and it remains available through November 13th. Look Rock Campground and Picnic Area, they were closed in 2013 after the water utility systems failed. The picnic area reopened with limited services. The water system has now been completely replaced, and campground sites, they were rehabilitated. The campground is located along the Foothills Parkway between Wallen, Tennessee, and Chilhowee Lake. 624, it's 43 degrees, Monday, October 17th. Remember, download our app, WCLU Radio, conveniently there for you on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. You'll never miss news updates there. Have a great day.
The Elmore Auction Specialist invites you this Saturday, October 22nd, to the Thelma Williams Estate Sale. It's at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow. There's not one, but 2 homes to be sold, along with a vacant lot and a whole lot of personal property. Starting at 10 a.m., the home at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow will be sold. 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, over 1,900 square feet on the main floor, and a 900 square foot basement. This is a great fixer-upper for a handyman. Then at 10:30, in the same neighborhood, a 1/2 acre vacant lot with utilities available will be sold. But wait, at 11 o'clock, 3-bedroom, 1 full bathroom brick home at 443 Willie Gross Road. This is a fixer-upper, too, on a deep lot. It'll be auctioned from the Meadow Drive site, so check it out ahead of time. The personal property has lots of surprises, including a Martin D35 acoustic guitar, a Gibson Les Paul guitar, along with antiques, a model airplane collection, and a drone. It's quite the auction this Saturday morning starting at 10 at 98 Meadow Drive. A 7% buyer's premium will be added to the final price of the real estate. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal auctioneer.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Kentucky Secretary of State Michael Adams says there's been a rush of open records requests for a high volume of election-related documents throughout the state.
Think about this for a second. In 2020, which was hugely stressful on all of us involved in running elections, our county clerks asked to pivot on a dime and totally redo our election system on short notice. Even with all that stress, we only lost 2 of our county clerks, 2 that said, "I'm done, I'm leaving." This year we've lost 9.
Adams tells WKYT-TV the requests are a result of a video released about a month ago by Mike Lindell of My Pillow fame. He says the requests are making the county clerk's job more stressful, and that has resulted in those resignations. $400,000 is going toward finding a cure for Alzheimer's and dementia. That's thanks to efforts from the Alzheimer's Association in Louisville over the weekend. The nonprofit hosts a walk to end Alzheimer's in over 600 communities across the country every year. It was held in Louisville on Saturday at Slugger Field, where more than 1,200 people showed up to walk laps of the stadium donning purple clothes. Donations are still open at alz.org website. Eastern Kentucky flood victims will benefit from a weekend fishing tournament. Fishing for Eastern Kentucky was held in Pulaski County Saturday, raised over $50,000 for those impacted in July's flooding. Around 80 people competed on Lake Cumberland Saturday in what is the latest example of people across the state stepping up to help their fellow Kentuckians in need. The UK Wildcats football team is rated 18th in the latest coaches poll. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Smart businesses are always looking for ways to improve. Better work days can start with Cintas. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure you have what you need when you need it. We'll stock your essential cleaning products, deliver hygienically clean workwear, inspect your fire extinguishers, and provide first aid and safety supplies. Cintas is with you every step of the way, so you stay a step ahead. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend.
Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us.
Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way.
That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
You're listening to Good Morning Live on WCLU. 29 minutes after 6 o'clock, we have 43 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Joe Michael Stevens, age 71, of Glasgow, died Friday, surrounded by family. Joe was a 1970 graduate of Glasgow High School. He retired from Houchins Industries after 38 years of service. He was a devoted husband, son, father, brother, uncle, pa, and friend. He committed himself to serving the Lord by helping others whenever he was able, and he was always someone that was friends and family could rely on. Joe is survived by his wife of 16 years, Barbara Bobby Stevens, children Scott and wife Amy Stevens and Shay Stevens, grandchildren Jaden and Cole Stevens, and Scout Stevens Turkino, a brother, Jimmy Stevens, sisters-in-law, Barbara and Donna Stevens, brother-in-law, Kenny Choate. He is also survived by many nieces, nephews, cousins, and other families, all of whom adored him. Funeral services for Joe Stevens will be held at 11 o'clock Tuesday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery at Randolph. Visitation will be today from 5 until 8 and Tuesday morning until the funeral hour. Thelma Irene Robertson, age 90, of Horse Cave, died Saturday at her residence, surrounded by her family. She was a retired lifelong employee of Mallory Capacitor. She is survived by a son, Darnell Robertson, and wife Connie of Horse Cave, 3 grandchildren, Jason Robertson and wife Pam of Glasgow, Jonathan Robertson and wife Andrea of Hardyville, Josh Robertson and wife Megan of Horse Cave, 3 step-grandchildren, Shannon Minor and husband Damien, Robert Bobby Vasquez, and Sarah Vasquez, 7 great-grandchildren, 6 great-great-grandchildren, best friends Lois Jean Edwards and Jean Hedgepeth, several nieces and nephews, including a special nephew, Douglas Robertson. The family of Thelma Irene Robertson will receive friends from 10 o'clock until the funeral hour at 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon at the Pleasant Valley Baptist Church. Interment to be the Horse Cave Cemetery in Horse Cave. Riley Ann Marie Smith Wiggles was born in heaven on Thursday, October the 13th. She is the infant daughter of Jason Dwayne and Catherine Marie Smith. In addition to her parents, she is survived by a sister, Lacey Smith McCormick, Mamaw Phyllis Ann Slinker, Papa Junior Singletary, Poppy Richard Wheeler, and Nana Ann Wheeler. A graveside service for Riley Ann Marie Smith will be at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery on Friday at 2:30 p.m. Visitation will be Friday from 10 until 2 at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Funeral services for Barbara Ann Hollingsworth, age 74, will be conducted at 1 o'clock today at the Bartley & Sons Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Old Mount Hermon Cemetery. Visitation begins this morning and continues until the funeral hour. Bartley & Sons Funeral Home is entrusted with the care of Mrs. Hollingsworth. Eva Dean White Abney, age 95, died Friday. She was born in 1927, the daughter of the late Harley and May Leona Crabtree White. She graduated from Tompkinsville High School in 1946, and she married Bill Abney shortly thereafter. She retired from Red Cap Industries in the 80s, and after retiring from Red Cap, she went on to work as an instructional aide at TES. She was a member of the Tompkinsville Church of Christ. Survivors included children Sandy and her husband Gary Conkin of Cookville, William Abney of Bowling Green, Penny and husband John Bryant of Lexington, a daughter-in-law Laura Abney of Mississippi, a brother Harley White of Campbellsville. 11 grandchildren, 23 great-grandchildren also survive. The service for Eva Dean Abney will be at noon tomorrow at the Bartley & Sons Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Interment to follow in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to the Tompkinsville Church of Christ, the American Cancer Society Friendship Tower, or to the Bluegrass Christian Camp. Services for Doris Ann Hopkins, age 86, will be at 1 o'clock today at the Coward and Parrott Funeral Home. Burial in the Bethlehem Cemetery. Visitation begins this morning at 10 o'clock. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. as well as on the WCLU app. No login is necessary.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation, everything, all the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available, even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house, it cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorial she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
It's important to know you can send unique designs at a price you can afford when you send a design created by Jeff's Country Florist. And if you can't seem to find that one-of-a-kind unique gift, then come see us at Jeff's Country Florist. These great designs and gifts are available for local delivery or in-store pickup. Stop by and browse our showroom at 4911 Scottsville Road in Glasgow. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays, 9 till noon. Let's talk. 270-678-3575. There's only one Jeff's Country Florist.
What's better than a hand-cut sirloin cooked to perfection? A hand-cut sirloin cooked to perfection along with the choice of fried or grilled shrimp. What a combo! Right now at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, get a hand-cut 6-ounce sirloin cooked to order with a choice of fried or grilled shrimp. Served with 2 side items, delicious rolls and honey, plus endless peanuts. Get your sirloin and seafood fix at the same time. Only at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill in Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown. We know what's at stake. Sirloin and shrimp, too.
We all have stories. We believe they're true, even if we can't explain them.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
The Far Off Broadway Players present Ghost Stories, October 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Historic Plaza Theater. Phone 270-361-2101 or visit historicplaza.com for tickets. Do you like ghost stories?
This WCLU weather update brought to you by Southern States.
One thing's for sure, seasons do change. We might not be able to predict the date of the next cold snap, but at Southern States, in business since 1923, we've seen some patterns. We're ready to fill your tanks and make sure you won't be chilled out by the seasonal changes. Southern States is ready to help you with seed and fertilizer for your pastures and your home lawns. We just love helping our customers prepare for the next season. We're Southern States, 300 Sampson Street in Glasgow. In the WCLU Forecast Center, here's where we're going today. We're going down. That's what it amounts to, but we're going to start off here at 42 degrees. The forecasters say it's going to be sunny and a high of 55. Tonight, we clear out and we drop out the bottom down to 26 for the low. We start off Tuesday with widespread frost early, otherwise becoming sunny and a high of 50. Tuesday night, widespread frost, mainly after 11 p.m., otherwise mostly clear with a low of 26 degrees. Wednesday, sunshine and 53. The WCLU constant coverage and studio radar screen is clear this morning. We did get 2 100ths of an inch of rain in our bucket over the weekend, 0.02 here. But now over in Tompkinsville, they get the prize for the most rain in the neighborhood over the weekend at 1,300. 100% humidity, 42 degrees. Good morning live, WCLU at 6:38. Let's get caught up on ag business from Brownfield this morning, brought to you by Best One Tire.
I'm Nicole Haslip with Ag Headline News. I'm Brownfield. Plant more predictability with Pivot Bio Proven 40. Predictable, productive, weatherproof. Turn to better nitrogen. Turn to Pivot Bio Proven 40. Learn more at pivotbio.com. U.S. Congresswoman Ashley Hinson says a rail strike would disrupt the supply chain and have devastating impacts on the agricultural economy. More news next on Brownfield.
Hello, everyone. This is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock, and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area, and nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one raving fan at a time.
An extension agronomist is blown away by the pace of harvest in Minnesota. Seth Nave with the University of Minnesota says conditions have been nearly ideal.
I just don't remember a fall that we could get at the crop this early and stay at it this long.
Meanwhile, southern Indiana farmer Ben Crone says his corn yields are below average.
I was kind of shocked by that even. They're running about 40 bushel under what we thought they were going to be, so that was pretty substantial.
And a Michigan farmer says harvest remains in a holding pattern following recent wet weather. Bill Hunt tells Brownfield the planting season started nearly 2 weeks late because of wet fields, and harvest is following suit.
The damp weather is allowing the beans to mature somewhat.
Hunt says soybean harvest is about 2/3 complete, but dryness during June and July has cut up to 15% off his yields. I'm Nicole Heslop with Brownfield.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Good morning live, WCLU 641. We are 42 degrees here, and we are just tickled to death you chose to turn on the radio and to put the button here on WCLU. The phones are ringing, which means I got more birthdays coming in, but I gotta get over here and talk about who we know about so far. We have Amy Jones. We have Nicole Jones. Debbie Gray. Debbie, we promised a 70 gong. There it is, number 70 for Debbie Gray today. We've got Lena Joyce Bunce celebrating a birthday. How about Mr. Wendy Frazier? Wendy, you'll probably see him out walking sometime today, but Wendy's having a big birthday today. It is the 50th, I'm sorry, it's the 30th. Let me back up. Let me hit erase. The 30th birthday today for Lindsay Humphrey. Hey, Lindsay, happy 30th birthday. Here's your gong. And we have Cody Coomer, who is turning 31 today. What about that? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're here for you at WCLUradio.com. Today, by special request, it is Cara Mayhew Day. Now, the person that wrote in the nomination form, and we do love getting nominations, the person who wrote in the nomination says she is funny, she is entertaining, and she is always ready to help somebody. Now, what more nice would you want said about you than somebody who is funny and entertaining and always ready to help somebody? I'm glad to be saying that myself about Cara Mayhew. If you see her around, pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas, where they've always got a big celebration. Brennan Crane, the always up-to-date newsman, is bringing me news of some birthdays, right? Beverly Perry has a birthday today, and Jaleel Purcell has a birthday today. Right. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay, well, thank you, sir. We are about as up-to-date as we can get. I'll tell you the thermometer's reading 42 degrees here in WCLU. Stand by. We got some archival information coming your way shortly, too.
A message from the South Green Street Church of Christ.
What would you do
If someone offered you $100 million for just 1 year's worth of work, would it take you long to decide? Most likely none of us are ever going to be offered that staggering amount. But a report came out not long ago that back in 1998, comedian Jerry Seinfeld was offered that staggering amount of $100 million if he would film just one more year of his hit TV show called Seinfeld. He turned it down. His reason was that he wanted to spend more time with and start a family. Can you imagine passing up $100 million for family? Well, we'll never face this kind of offer most likely, but we do face challenges, and we have to make decisions every single day. What will you do when the offer is made to put something above your family or something in front of your God? This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. Here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
That's right, Joseph A. Wade. You're hearing that commercial because Joseph A. Wade is sponsoring the archive today. That's right. 100 years worth of things that have made a difference around here. And we got a lot to talk about today on the archives. Brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. Stand by. Sam Terry will join us next.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
All right, Sam Terry is here. Sam, let me say good morning to you. I was a little bit late calling you, which meant to say that we didn't get to say our proper good morning. So good morning, Sam Terry.
Well, thank you. How are you today, Henry?
I'm doing really good. Doing really good. Yes, we had a fun weekend, and I know Sam Terry was deeply involved in everything to do with the harvest of history. I know you've got to send out some kudos to the folks who took the time to come and the folks who made it. What a special evening it was indeed.
Well, I can't take credit for any of that, Henry. I was just volunteering, but a lot of people contributed to make the harvest of history another success, and a special thanks to all those who took the time and forethought and energy to portray the various personalities that were highlighted this year, in addition to all the volunteers and the folks who came.
It was and certainly I was there on the Friday evening, and I mean the crowd was absolutely so enamored by the different portrayals from the 5 different folks that we got to meet at the cemetery, and there's a lot of real positive commentary about that too. And a lot of positive commentary about the food trucks down there, too. Folks really enjoyed coming and dining as well with some of those good eats. So it was a absolutely fabulous evening in every way possible. And so anyway, I just want to be sure and can't say enough other than the fact that all we're doing now, Sam, is we're making people feel bad who missed it. Because it's really kind of hard to go back and relive it, but you can ask some of your friends that were there, and they'll tell you how good it was. And we'll get the date for next year down pat. All right? Did I lose you?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm here, ready for about 100 years worth of history.
I'm afraid I thought I was moving some papers around. I thought I hit your switch. All right, let's go back 100 years. 1922, the Glasgow Times is reporting in the headlines that a big shipment of logs from Glasgow. Logs by the hundreds are pouring into Glasgow daily. They come from almost anywhere, some from the far edge of Monroe County, others from the Tennessee line. They come by truck and a 6-horse wagon. The records of the Glasgow Freight Depot show a shipment of 28 cars of logs leaving here in August. Each car averages 7 to 14 logs. During the same period, 38 cars of sawed lumber went out. We were very much in the lumber business, it sounds like, Sam, in 1922. Wouldn't you agree?
We were, and, every few months it seems somebody appears with an old photo of an enormous log or logs on a wagon on our Glasgow Square, and wondering what on earth that was all about. Well, this gives us a clue. Those logs were coming in from Monroe County and other places, and about to be shipped out from our own Glasgow Railroad.
That's pretty impressive, too. And, think about that. A 6-horse wagon. That's a long haul with a bunch of horses and a bunch of logs, and it wasn't easy to get it here, was it?
Not at all.
And by the way, I spent a lot of time on Friday talking to people. There's a whole lot of people who just want to tell me how much they enjoy hearing you on the radio, and I think you kind of make a lot of people's day here with all of your information. And I just want to, some of this useful knowledge you have is really being lapped up by a lot of folks who enjoy getting their day started with you. I wanted to tell you that too while I was talking about things here. Let's go to 1922. Life of the hospital is up to all of us. That was the headline in the Republican here in 1932. Says that includes you, Mr. and Mrs. Glasgowian, and Mr. and Mrs. Barron County, and all the little ones, Sam. That was the story here in 1932. The future welfare and the well-being of this community depends upon very materially the existence of the Sampson Community Hospital, and to this end a community mass meeting has been called for October the 18th up at First Christian Church for a discussion of ways and means to ensure its continuance. The Board of Trustees have made personal sacrifices as well as devoted days of their own time toward a solution to this important community obligation, and it behooves every patriotic citizen to cooperate in this meeting and its aim. Be there! Exclamation point. That was published in the Glasgow Republican here in 1932, Sam. Everybody was very much excited about the fact that we had a hospital, but it was very much becoming a very expensive thing to maintain. Everybody was saying, let's get involved, Mr. and Ms. Glasgowian and Mr. and Ms. Barron County. And what about that?
Well, there were a lot of efforts, different things going on simultaneously in an effort to basically save the hospital and keep the doors open, because it was serving not only Glasgow and Barron County, but so many counties, especially to the east of us. And there was great concern, especially during the Depression years, if it could make it. And thankfully it did.
Yes, indeed. But it was, I'm glad to see that the local press was, I guess, promoting the fact that this was a really important thing that we had here. Don't take it for granted, because it could go away. And, I'm glad that people responded. 1942 in the Glasgow Times, Mrs. Jack, also known as Vivian Taylor Rousseau of the Glasgow Times staff, has been notified of her appointment as the co-director of the 4th Region of the Young Democratic Clubs of America. The 4th Region is composed of the states of Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Mrs. Rousseau will serve as a liaison officer between these 4 states and the National Office of the Young Democratic Clubs. This office is the highest recognition accorded to any woman in these 4 states by the National Democratic Organization. That speaks pretty well. Now, I was just a little tyke, but I got to be around Mrs. Rousseau just a little bit when she was doing things with my mom, and boy, she was quite a firecracker, wasn't she?
She was indeed, and she was our county historian for many years, and could tell you more about Barron County than just about anyone around. And incidentally, for those who like to research things, most of Mrs. Rousseau's papers are now at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. So if you're looking for family history, you can check the files there, and you're most likely going to run into some of Mrs. Rousseau's very insightful papers.
I understand she was quite the writer, for sure. This day in 1952, the headline of the Glasgow Times reads, "A Heart for Uncle Ed." Now listen to this. Barron County friends of Western coach Ed Diddle, stricken last week with a severe heart attack, can help out on the mounting hospital bill by sending donations to Get Well Coach, Bowling Green, Kentucky. No other address is required. Now, a spontaneous movement to aid the ailing basketball mentor was started Friday in Bowling Green and is now spreading elsewhere. A scroll containing the names of all who have contributed will be presented to Uncle Ed after he has recovered. Hospital bills for the famed pilot of crack net teams is running $60 to $70 a day. It's expected that he will have a long convalescent period ahead of him. But you can see there in 1952, Uncle Ed Diddle was very much revered here by everybody in the neighborhood, and I'm sure folks chimed in and sent those donations to Get Well Coach, Bowling Green, Kentucky, 1952.
Without a doubt, people participated, and you know, some of Coach Diddle's family is associated with Barron County, and they're buried here in Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. So he had a lot of connections to our community.
Indeed. We had a lot of band contest activity going on around here this weekend, and this day in 1962, band wins top rating in the contest. Here it is. More than 5,000 musicians representing 65 of the best bands from 7 states gathered in Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia for the 12th annual Southeastern Band Festival. Taking part in this festival were the Scotties of Charles B. Honeycutt, recognized by many as the top band directors in the country. The Scotty Band always attracts attention because of their kilt uniforms and their superb showmanship and their musical presentation. The 108-member band used their Marching with a Twist routine, in which they demonstrated the twist dance with the band and the majorettes doing the steps. To add icing to the cake, the Honeycutters voluntarily placed themselves in a higher division this time and competed with schools in the 500 to 749 category. Boy, that was the heyday of the Scotty Band for sure, wasn't it, Sam?
It certainly was.
I can remember that road trip on band buses to Bristol, Tennessee. There was always tales coming back from how much fun they had. They usually had a breakdown or two, things of that nature, but it was certainly the dedication to music in this neighborhood to make the Scotty Band famous all throughout the Southeast for sure. Let's move to 1972. There was an advertisement this day in the, Glasgow Times? Yep, an ad for the Glasgow IGA. Kleenex tissue, 19 cents a box. RC Colas get 5 28-ounce bottles for $1. Bananas 10 cents a pound, and the whole hog sausage 69 cents a pound at the Glasgow IGA, which I'm thinking here in 1972 would have been right over here, kind of behind where Garcia's is. I think that's probably right, Sam?
I believe that's correct.
1972 it was. Come over to IGA. 1982, in the archives, fire safety poster contest winners from Heistville School. There was a picture, it says here, in the Glasgow Times in 1982 showing these young artists, and they are Jennifer Spillman, Janie Clark, and Mary Lee Locke. Jennifer Seabold, Jamie Coomer, Dana Sue Smith, Anthony Bushong, Jennifer Christie, Aaron Seabold, Leanne Smith, and Michelle Locke. A lot of winners in that poster contest for fire safety here in 1982. 1992, we got some more news about T.J. Sampson Hospital. T.J. Sampson Hospital is proud to honor the memory of Vera and Thelma Gillen by receiving a final contribution from the estate of the Gillen sisters, totaling approximately $50,000. The Barron County sisters gave unselfishly during their lifetime. They have continued to give to others even in death. That's a big news story right there. Talking about in, what year was this? 1992? My goodness, a great contribution from the Gillen sisters, Sam.
Certainly was. And, you know, there have been so many similar contributions over the decades that the hospital's been in existence, and it's nice to see such things recalled.
Indeed. And you can't forget those because they continue to make a difference. This day in 2002, this was a news story in the Barron County Progress, mentioning the newest member of the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution, welcomed Lucille Jolly. Boy, that's a great organization of ladies that has been in existence for a long time around here, and I'm sure the DAR was glad to welcome another member, Miss Lucille Jolly, in 2002. And let's see, this day in 2012 in the Barron County Progress, we have the story about nationally acclaimed fiddler Nikos Payne, who's going to perform in Glasgow October the 14th for the Glasgow Musicale. We talk a lot about, how unselfish the Musicale is. They do things and fix it to where everybody can come, and they try to have some really different entertainment opportunities here. And I know in 2012 this Nikos Payne performance was certainly enjoyed by many coming to support the Glasgow Musicale, Sam.
That program was most unusual. Nikos Payne was playing Civil War era tunes, obviously on his fiddle, and he sort of surprised everyone in the audience because he started playing a series of tunes that had been written in Monroe County, Kentucky, during the Civil War, and no one really knew about those things. But Mr. Payne is a scholar of such things and brought that to share. It was very interesting.
I bet it was, and you didn't predict that, and everybody that was there got to see a special treat. That's kind of why we don't want to miss these kind of things that are going on around here, because they are very much enjoyed, and a lot of extra effort goes into making them special. Thank you for making our broadcast special today, Sam Terry, and we look forward to sharing some more tomorrow, and appreciate all of your efforts in making sure we understand the heritage we have to appreciate. Have a good day, sir.
You too, Henry.
Sam Terry here on behalf of Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
You work hard for your money, and South Central Bank has created a way to get your money working for you by announcing new CD rates. A 21-month CD with an APY of 3.25% is now available. That's right, a 21-month CD paying 3.25% is available right now from South Central Bank. Need a shorter term? Well, a 9-month CD will pay 2.5% APY. Minimum deposit $500. The power of these CD rates is very impressive. Come into any South Central Bank office today and get your money working for you. Remember FDIC. Penalty for early withdrawal may apply.
Well, we got some cooler weather coming in here. How cool, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I'm just going to put it in chronological order so that we can sort of pan out the way it's going to be for today. The sun will be our friend, and we'll climb to 55. We're at 42 now, by the way. Then for tonight, it's going to be clear, dropping all the way down to 26 degrees. Widespread frost on Tuesday morning. The sun will take us to 50 at best. Tuesday night, frost after 11 o'clock, and a clear night down to 26 again. And then a sunny day on Wednesday and a high of 53 degrees. It's all quiet on the radar screen this morning. We got 2/100 of an inch of rain over the weekend. Barometers at 29.92 and 100% humidity. 42 from WCLU. Weather brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank. Of course, we're talking about a frost advisory for tomorrow morning. You can handle the frost on the pumpkin as long as you have sorghum molasses on the table. And that's why Jimmy Holloway at Glasgow Building Supply says, come on down, we got it. Got those biscuits going to be warming up, crack them open, put that sorghum on them, walk in the front door at Glasgow Building Supply and get your Allen County sorghum molasses. It has arrived. All types of stuff arriving, this time of the year at Glasgow Building Supply. They got a lot of new construction going on. They got a lot of people trying to batten down the hatch as we get into winter. So come down there and you can learn something from some really smart folks. And you can have some delicious sorghum molasses. Pick it up today at Glasgow Building Supply.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/JOY.
The new iPhone 14 Pro is here with the most advanced iPhone display ever, and the place to get it is at T-Mobile. Now you can take your iPhone beyond with coverage that goes beyond.
You're really having fun over there. Have you been streaming Ted Lasso this whole time?
Yeah, I got the new iPhone 14 Pro at T-Mobile, and Apple TV Plus is included with our plan. It has an amazing display, so all the shows look fantastic.
Nice, but we're almost to the airport. You better download the rest of it.
No need. T-Mobile's got me covered with unlimited in-flight Wi-Fi, so I can stream all flight long. I'm catching up on the morning show next.
I'm going to make a quick stop.
Wait, where are we going?
I'm going to T-Mobile.
Switch to T-Mobile and get the new iPhone 14 Pro on us with eligible trade-in on the Magenta Max plan. With nationwide coverage and Apple TV Plus included, take your iPhone experience beyond with T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits plus tax for well-qualified customers. Contact us before canceling service to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Apple TV Plus on us up to $4.99 value. In-flight Wi-Fi on select U.S. airlines were available. See T-Mobile.com for details.
We're talking a lot about election season. We're in the middle of it for sure. Let me remind you about the Cave City Chamber of Commerce Candidate Forum for mayoral and city council elections. That's tomorrow night, 6 until 8 p.m. at the Cave City Convention Center. It's open to the public, and it'll be live streamed on the Chamber's Facebook page there in Cave City. Also join candidates for Barron County Magistrate at the Lyra B. Mitchell Clubhouse in Glasgow Thursday night at 6 p.m. This is a meet and greet. Candidates will be available for questions. It's free, and it is open to the public, so mark that down for this coming Thursday evening. And the Temple Hill Lions Club Political Candidate Forum is coming up Monday the 24th at the Joanne Foster Park. Doors open at 4:30 for dining, and the forum begins at 6. It's a $5 charge per person. For that $5, you get soup, hot dogs, drinks, and dessert. It is a meet and greet for political candidates, followed by a questionnaire. Proceeds going to the Temple Hill Lions Club. Call Donnie Alexander, 670-5579.
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary.
Let me write another birthday down real quick. It's Michael Peterson. Michael Peterson, who is having a birthday today. All right, let's ask the trivia question. You provide the trivia answer, shall we? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Answer this question, Little Caesar. For sure, you will enjoy that. Here we go. We haven't done a Greek mythology question in a long time. This is pretty interesting, though. Listen up, all you mythological people out there. And these used to be really popular questions. I just haven't had a good one in a while, but this was a good one. According to Greek mythology, name the paradise where warriors go after death. There is a place, if a warrior dies, a Greek mythological warrior dies, there's a place where warriors go after death. What is the name of that place? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Trivia?
Valhalla.
That's who it is. Who is this speaking?
This is Bo Matthews,
Bo,
Henry.
what are you doing?
Hey, I'm getting ready to head into mission control for Barron County Schools.
Well, my goodness. You absolutely. Now, if I'd have thought somebody had gotten that on the first try, I would not have predicted that. But you're a smart fellow. That's well known. So are you a mythological person, or have you played golf up at Valhalla in Louisville?
Well, somewhat of maybe a little of both, Henry. That might have clued me in there.
Yeah. Well, that helps out, you know. It is true that there's a very famous golf course. Apparently, I've never been on it, but it's a very nice golf course up in Louisville called Valhalla. And
Absolutely.
the original name of Valhalla is in Greek mythology. That's the paradise where a warrior goes after their death. They put them in a nice place. Wow,
Fantastic.
You have blown me away this morning, son. With your knowledge
Hope everybody has a great day.
Yeah, that's
great
right.
Day.
Valhalla, that's what it is. Hang on a second, I got to get your address, okay? So I can send you this pizza coupon, all right? Thank you, Bo.
All right.
Have a good day. How about that for impressing people right there? Bo Matthews, Superintendent of Barron County Schools. He knows about Valhalla. That's in Greek mythology. That's the paradise where warriors go after death. We'll play tomorrow. Come on back and join us right here at WCLU. A big thank you to Little Caesars. And we've got coming up the 7 o'clock morning edition.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Good morning from Forever Communications, WCLU Glasgow, W276VO Glasgow, WLLI Muffordville, WLYE Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow. Good morning live.
CBS News Brief. Thousands in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, spent the night in bomb shelters as the city took at least 4 hits from suicide drones. The BBC's Hugo Bachega has more.
In the last few weeks, Russia has been attacking critical civilian infrastructure, power supplies, electricity transmission lines.
Will former President Donald Trump choose to ignore a subpoena from the January 6th committee? Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who's on the committee, told ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos this.
Because of the committee only being able to exist till the end of this congressional year, we're at a bit of a time limit here. And look, if he's made it clear he has nothing to hide, is what he says. So he should come in on the day we ask him to come into. If he pushes off beyond that, we'll figure out what to do next.
When the U.S. Coast Guard approached a 40-foot cabin cruiser off the Florida coast,
they saw men, women, and children waving their arms through the windows. So they called our surface assets to go investigate.
100 migrants rescued off that boat. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
The I didn't realize you liked me that way deal. Because it's one thing to receive McDonald's, but an entirely other thing to know that they woke up early to face the world and bring you McDonald's breakfast still hot in the bag.
Appreciate you.
Get 2 of your breakfast favorites for only $5. Crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Only at McDonald's. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, good day. It's Monday, October 17th, 7:12 now, 42 degrees. Welcome into WCLU Local News. It's great to have you with us today. Lots to go over. Of course, we are heading toward a cool down, and that is the big news that's been heading toward us lately. We are going to see today that we're not really going to be getting too warm after all. About 55 degrees looking at your high today, and moving toward tomorrow. That's really when the cool down is going to happen. We really can't describe it for you other than it's going to be a little bit chilly out there. Waking up tomorrow, we're looking at lows in the 20s, and of course that is going to be the way it is across really the whole southeast, this portion of the country, even as far down as Mobile, Alabama. Looks like all the way down there, those folks are going to be waking up in the low 40s, which is a little bit foreign to them. And then in Chicago even, and heading toward like Asheville, those areas, 12 degrees, and some of those 19 degrees. So really, really chilly tomorrow. We're looking ahead toward that here. Be prepared for that as we head toward that. In local news today, of course, this week, a very busy week. Again, this season is really busy here. We are looking ahead toward the Barron Fiscal Court meeting on Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's slated to begin there at the Barron County Fiscal Courtroom in the Government Center on the 3rd floor. Several things will be going over there at the Fiscal Court, including those standard committee updates. Of course, the Administrative Budget Committee will be going over several things. Courthouse janitorial services bids. That's one of the big things there. Magistrates have been dealing with this now for several months. They've been looking at these bids and maybe renewing the current courthouse janitorial service provider or going to another provider. Some folks that work there in the courthouse had expressed some concern with the current courthouse janitorial services, citing some different concerns there with the way that they clean things or respond to different incidents, and magistrates are reconsidering whether they'll go through with renewing that or going to a new service. Also under the Sheriff's Department report there for the Administrative Budget Committee, it's grants, FBI task force, sale of surplus vehicles, the transfer of surplus tablets to emergency management, and updating some agreements with Barron County schools as far as resource officers go. Now, the American Rescue Plan Act Committee is also the next big thing there to headline that meeting. That's a big deal. The healthcare sector, of course, they are adding additional requests. And several weeks ago, WCLU News checked in with Krista Steenbergen, who is advising the county on their grant writing. And she informed us that over 700 folks had applied for some of that healthcare premium pay. And the way this is working, the fiscal court has identified that they want to repay some of our local health care folks who worked through the pandemic, and that's why they're going to be taking that off the top. That American Rescue Plan Act funding that was given to the county, over $8 million worth, they're wanting to take that and give to the healthcare sector first before giving to any other sectors here in the county. But they have, of course, looked over different things like nonprofits and some other groups. They're also looking at a contract with the Swagger Institute. Now, it's a little unclear exactly what this is or what they're going to be doing with this, but we'll have some coverage of that for you a little later on. You can catch that meeting live tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, the Glasgow Electric Plant Board carrying that on local television, and it'll also be at YouTube. Well, of course, we are dealing with politics here locally because we are heading in that direction. Election day is now only about 22 days away, and that's a big deal for local candidates. Here locally, voters will be electing every office here locally, except for those that are uncontested, of course. And this week, on Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock, looks like there is going to be an event in Cave City at the Convention Center. It will be a council candidate and mayoral forum there. That will be held for folks in Cave City. Of course, anyone can attend that. It is open to the public. And then Thursday evening this week, remember, WCLU News is hosting that final event. It is a meet and greet with Barron County magistrates, 6 o'clock, the Lara B. Mitchell Clubhouse this Thursday evening. That's October 20th. Folks there can come out, meet those magistrate candidates, and get a little bit of insight into who they are and, of course, what they're standing for as far as their running goes this year. And Glasgow High School, things are busy there, as we've been hearing already this school year. Folks, of course, returning back from fall break the week before last, and now they're heading into this season here, the fall season, wrapping up this semester as we head toward that Christmas break a little later on in December. Things are really going on at Glasgow High School, and this week's Best of G-Town You Know, it's the Scotty Report.
Hey Scotties, I'm Acacia Hayes, Editor-in-Chief of the Scotty Channel. Welcome to G-Town You Know. On today's episode, we take a look at Glasgow High School's brand new cybersecurity class. Our Scotty Channel meteorologists speak with the voice of the Glasgow Scotties, and Josie B. Mad is back with some more rhymes. Olivia Allen also brings you another edition of That's So Random. But first, we have Will Perosi with the headlines.
Good morning, Scotties. I'm Will Perosi, back again with your G-Town headlines. Glasgow Middle School media students recently launched GSPN, which stands for the Glasgow Scotties Press Network. We can't wait to see all of their new content. Check out their new videos on YouTube today. Personally, I've already checked out their channel, and you might be able to find my brother Ian on there. The Scotty soccer team earned their 9th straight bid to the region tournament after defeating Barron County in the district semifinals. Congrats to our Scotties. GHS Career and Tech Programs recently hosted a coffee and career event showcasing all of the different career paths offered at GHS. Thank you to all the community leaders who attended. The GHS cheer team is hosting a camp on October 22nd from 8:30 to 12 o'clock. The camp is for preschool through 5th grade and it costs $25 to register. GHS alum Casey Page has been painting a mural in Cave City. Thank you for sharing your Scotty talents with the greater Glasgow-Barron County community.
What's up, Scotties? I'm Ryan Randall, sports editor of the Scotty Channel. The Glasgow boys and girls soccer teams recently wrapped up their seasons. The Lady Scotties fell to Barron County in the district semifinals. Abby Dickinson and Eleanor Woody were named to the 15th District Girls All-Tournament team. Scotties earned their 9th straight bid on the region tournament after defeating Barron County in the district semifinals. Glasgow then fell to Franklin Simpson in the first round of the region tournament. Brad Mahung was named to the 4th region All-Tournament team. The Glasgow volleyball team is now 18-10 on the season after defeating Warren Central in Cumberland County earlier this week. Chloe Hale leads the team with 122 kills, followed by Josie Bowling with 101. Lainey Bishop leads the Lady Skies with 128 digs. The Glasgow football team is now 5-2 on the season after a 55-12 win over Adair County. Kieran Stockton ran for 162 yards and 3 touchdowns on 10 carries. Easton Jesse completed 5 passes for 106 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rico Crowder had 2 catches for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. Javon Clark had 3 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. The Scotties tallied 348 total yards while holding the Adair County football team to 192. Former Scotty Dalvin Smith caught 4 passes for 28 yards in Western Kentucky University's recent 34-27 loss to Troy. So far this season, Smith has collected 11 passes for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Glasgow alumni Abby Lee and Nina McMurtry have been hitting the links for their respective collegiate teams. Lee recently shot an even par on the final round of the Evie Odom Invitational, while McMurtry hit a hole-in-one on her first official practice for Center College.
Thanks to everyone who helped out with today's show. Check out the full episode at scottychannel.com. Until next week, this is G-Town You Know.
All right, thank you for that Scotty report there, the best of G-Town You Know. You just heard that there. Check them out on YouTube. That is Glasgow High School students there putting that all together from that media class there based out of the high school. Kentucky State Police say this past weekend a teen driver died in a 2-vehicle crash in Meade County. That happened Saturday evening. State Police say that incident happened near the intersection of US 60 and Kentucky 1238. It involved a motorcycle and a truck. Now, a preliminary investigation reveals that a 17-year-old male from New Albany, Indiana, was operating a Suzuki motorcycle eastbound along that roadway when he attempted to pass a 2010 Nissan Titan. The Titan was also traveling eastbound, police say. Now, it appears the motorcycle attempted to pass the truck after it had slowed down to make a left turn onto Kentucky 1238, and at that time, as the Nissan turned left, it turned into the path of that motorcycle. The driver was ejected, and the juvenile, he was transported there to Baptist Health Hardin, where he was later pronounced dead. The Hardin County Coroner's Office responded there and pronounced that individual deceased. That police say that there was one individual there in that truck who was not injured, but he was driving, and that person was identified there as 24-year-old Brandon Bailey of Lewisport, and there were also some folks also in that truck there. We understand that inside that truck there were 3 passengers reported there with no injuries, and the driver was unscathed as well. 7:22, 42 degrees. When we return, a look at your traffic impacts this week across the region, only here on WCLU.
You work hard for your money, and South Central Bank has created a way to get your money working for you by announcing new CD rates. A 21-month CD with an APY of 3.25% is now available. That's right, a 21-month CD paying 3.25% is available right now from South Central Bank. Need a shorter term? Well, a 9-month CD will pay 2.5% APY. Minimum deposit $500. The power of these CD rates is very impressive. Come into any South Central Bank office today and get your money working for you. Remember FDIC. Penalty for early withdrawal may apply.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance.
The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes.
But there's a lot to be said for advanced planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear, and you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
The Elmore Auction Specialist invites you this Saturday, October 22nd, to the Thelma Williams Estate Sale. It's at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow. There's not 1, but 2 homes to be sold, along with a vacant lot and a whole lot of personal property. Starting at 10 a.m., the home at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow will be sold. 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, over 1,900 square feet on the main floor, and a 900 square foot basement. This is a great fixer-upper for a handyman. Then at 10:30 in the same neighborhood, a 1/2 acre vacant lot with utilities available will be sold. But wait at 11 o'clock, 3-bedroom, 1 full bathroom brick home at 443 Willie Gross Road. This is a fixer-upper, too, on a deep lot. It'll be auctioned from the Meadow Drive site, so check it out ahead of time. The personal property has lots of surprises, including a Martin D35 acoustic guitar, a Gibson Les Paul guitar, along with antiques, a model airplane collection, and a drone. It's quite the auction this Saturday morning starting at 10 at 98 Meadow Drive. A 7% buyer's premium will be added to the final price of the real estate. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal auctioneer.
Well, welcome back into WCLU this hour, 7:24 now. It's 42 degrees. Great to have you with us this morning, Monday, October 17th. Lots of things to go over in the way of the weather forecast. Of course, that cool down is coming. We are heading toward that in the morning, waking up to lows there in the 20s. Even as far east as Asheville, looks like those temperatures there will be in the teens. And as far south as Mobile, Alabama, folks waking up there in the low 40s. So folks across this entire southeastern region are certainly going to be waking up to a little bit of chill in the air, but that is going to be okay. We're getting into that time of the year. Also here, joining us this morning is Mr. Chad Lockhart, the pastor of Highland Hills Community Church. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, Brendan. You doing okay this morning?
I am. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on today.
Very good. Well, we're happy to have you here, and you're going to be discussing a little bit of a very good event that I know that you've been a part of, your wife's been a part of for several years, and this is something that you all are excited to bring to the Glasgow community here, and it's called the Spark of Life Grief Recovery, and you're going to be doing a fundraiser and silent auction there at the church. That's coming up on November 10th. But let's just talk about what Spark of Life is, and let's talk about your involvement in that.
Spark of Life is just a fantastic grief recovery program and ministry that, as you mentioned before, my wife and I got involved in after 2013, the tragic accident that took both of our parents. And we got to meet Dave and Debbie Matthews, who are the founder of Spark of Life. We attended a grief recovery retreat. And it was just amazing. It was something that really helped us to process, kind of what we were going through. And I like to say this about grief. Grief itself is not necessarily an emotion, but what makes it so powerful is all the emotions that are tied up in it. And without tools and help, being able to navigate what grief is. A lot of times you have the moment of loss that is so painful, but then moving beyond that, if you don't have healthy ways to navigate grief and loss, and a lot of times it can affect your life in many ways, and sometimes in ways you don't even know that it's being affected. And so Spark of Life is a grief recovery ministry. And their whole mission is to instill hope and to let people know that life can be rich and fulfilling. It'll never be the same after loss, but you still can have a rich and fulfilling life after loss. And these guys do grief recovery ministry as well as anyone I've ever seen. They have such a love for people. I mean, I say this, I was telling our church this just the other day. Who does this? Who rolls up their sleeves and jumps into some of the most painful moments that life can offer? Well, Dave and Debbie Matthews do, and Spark of Life does. And so we're honored to partner with them. We're honored to do what we can to help them out. And so having this fundraiser coming up on November 10th at our church is just going to be a wonderful opportunity to help a really, really great ministry.
Absolutely. Like you said, a ministry indeed. And who does this? Well, it's certainly someone who can empathize. And I know that, like you said, you have a personal connection to grief. I think we all do in some way, some more than others, of course.
Absolutely.
And this event, of course, what we're really wanting to tell folks about is this cannot be made possible without folks who want to contribute to this and help other folks out. So by doing this local fundraiser, you all are going to be able to help the Spark of Life Foundation there. And some of the things I just want to mention here, they were able to fund just in the last year 34 3.5-day grief retreats. That's 30 in person and 4 online. 350 total participants with full scholarships given there to 281 participants, and also 145 online coaching clients, totaling 545 sessions. So several ways, the list goes on and on, the way that they're helping folks. So let's talk about here locally, how can people get involved with this? You're not simply asking for a donation. You're actually going to have dinner and an event held there at the church. Talk about that event.
Yeah, so each year, well, actually starting with the last couple of years at Highland Hills, we've been able to host a gala, and so it's also a virtual gala. In other words, we pipe the gala out, for lack of a better term, over the internet, and folks from around the world can join and do join that night. And we have a presentation. We sell tables there at the church. You can sponsor a table. You can buy a table. There's a couple different price ranges on those. Right now we have, you can purchase tickets for a dinner for $50 a piece. You can sponsor a table that seats 8. You can do a $1,000 donation for gold, a $500 donation for silver. You can make a monetary donation at our website. You can make a monetary donation that night. You can donate items for our silent auction. The best thing to do would be to go to highlandhillschurch.com, which is our website, and click on ministries, or you can go to sparkoflife.org, and you can get more information there as well. But let me just say this about, the fundraising efforts. The Spark of Life, what they really want to do is be able to help people in dire need of help for grief recovery, and to minimize the cost, because the last thing you want someone, who is struggling with grief, the last thing you want to do is put some sort of financial burden, an additional financial burden on them after having gone through such a very difficult time. And so by giving and donating, that allows Spark of Life to alleviate almost all of that cost so that folks can get the help that they need. And so we just really appreciate anyone out there who's listening that could be a part of our event, that can go online and donate. We would love to partner with you guys to just help some people out that desperately need it.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you this morning. Again, connect with the folks there at Highland Hills Church at highlandhillschurch.com. Under ministries there, you can find this, sparkoflife.org. And then you also have a telephone number or an email address. We're going to have all of this available at our website as well. That way folks can read about it, they can get involved, and they can register for this event. So, again, thank you for joining us today. Chad Lockhart, the pastor of Highland Hills Community Church. Sir, did we cover everything you'd like to?
I think we did, Brandon. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your listeners giving us their time this morning as well. And we just look forward to a wonderful time of hopefully raising a lot of money. We have a goal of $100,000 this year. It's an ambitious goal, but every penny of it will go to support people in grief recoveries.
Very good.
So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. You have a good morning, okay?
You too.
All right, thank you. Again, that's Chad Lockhart with the Highland Hills Community Church, pastor there. And one quick note, we do want to mention for you traffic impacts this week. Look out if you're traveling along Burkesville Road. That traffic impact there still exists as folks from the Transportation Cabinet are continuing work there to create that bypass around the 88 community. Folks along South Fork Road, you're going to see some traffic impacts there, a highway safety improvement project, and then Roseville Road, also a pavement repair and resurfacing project along that roadway. We do want to mention for you along the Cumberland Expressway, the former Parkway as it was termed, there's still continuing traffic there, traffic impacts, and then they are working on that roadway. They're rehabilitating and resurfacing it. It's going in Barron and Metcalfe counties. 7:32 now, it's 43 degrees. Have a great Monday.
What QC Kinetics is doing for people here is nothing short of amazing. I'm talking about real lasting relief from joint pain. Hey, it's James Coates. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in exciting new pain treatments with advanced regenerative medicine, non-surgical alternatives. So if you're living with joint pain from injury or arthritis, don't let them tell you steroids and pain meds and surgery are your only options. QC Kinetics uses regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged tissue. Maybe you've been diagnosed with bone-on-bone arthritis and been told you need a replacement. Call QC Kinetics now for an alternative way to deal with the pain. These amazing protocols work with pain caused by injury as well, like a torn meniscus or rotator cuff. Call QC Kinetics now. Don't keep living with the pain. Learn how regenerative medicine can give you your life back with no drugs and no surgery. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation, 270-974-4500, 270-974-4500. That's QC Kinetics, 270-974-4500.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
At Don Franklin, we're more than a group of car dealerships. We're hardworking, everyday people of Kentucky. We strive daily to give 110% to our customers, our employees, and our families. We are committed to providing everyone with a safe and reliable vehicle, and we continue our tradition of supporting our local communities. At all 24 dealerships across Kentucky, we will treat you like family. Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, we are Kentucky.
It's time now for Banking on Business. Look forward to it every time we have Banking on Business, and it's made possible by the People's Bank.
This is Terry Burnell with the People's Bank, and welcome to another segment of Banking on Business. This morning I'm with Dina Snow. We're at the Art and Antiques Gallery at 207 West Main Street in Glasgow, right next door to the South Central Cultural Center. Or we're a part of the South Central Cultural Center, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
It's great to be in the shop. I mean, there's all types of merchandise in here, a little bit of everything. You know,
Yes,
what's in the shop?
There's all sorts of things. There's antiques and crafts. There's books,
Right.
as you see right behind us.
Right.
We have decorations for seasons. The dealers come in once a week and bring new merchandise in. We also have a gift shop in front that's part of the Culture Center of T-shirts and local items, postcards and things.
And people need to know that the proceeds, I mean, of course, they go to the dealers, but also a portion of the proceeds come to the Cultural Center.
They do. They help exhibits and just everyday expenses.
Right. And so people need to know when they come in, they can help the Cultural Center, but they can find some one-of-the-kind items
Yes,
here.
they can. Yes, they can. We have several artisan dealers that make crafts, and there are few rare antiques in here as well.
Right.
Some very interesting pieces to look at.
So I got to ask you, what's one of the most interesting items that someone has brought in?
Well, there's several things. Right there in the Bookman's Lock case, he has some pages from the 1500s from a book.
Wow.
I have a signature of JFK.
Okay.
I have a very unique gold cabinet up front that you wouldn't see just everywhere. Now, it came from a department store in Alabama.
Okay.
I don't know that it was for sale. That may have been part of their display.
Okay. Okay.
So there's all sorts of little things
Little
like that.
things like that. Again, that's what makes this unique. And the other part we need to say that makes this unique is that we're in the old J.C. building in town.
True, we really are, and she's getting a little old. She's almost 100 years old.
Almost
the building.
100 years old.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
They love talking about the tubes where the money, went back up to the office for change.
Exactly.
That's what most customers mention.
you don't have that anymore, though.
No, we don't. That's gone.
What are the hours of operation here?
We're open from 9 to 4, Monday through Friday, and 9 to 2 on Saturday. And we're closed on Sunday.
And people can find out more by checking out a Facebook page?
We have Facebook page, we have Instagram and TikTok.
Right. Okay. So people can really check you out. And you got the merchandise there.
We do.
Yeah. Again, we appreciate what you're doing in our community. This is a great service to have, and people need to know what a treasure this is to our community.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
You're more than welcome. We appreciate you watching and listening this morning to another segment of Banking on Business. I was being with Dina Snow here at the Arts and Antiques Gallery at 207 West Main Street in Glasgow, part of the South Central Cultural Center. A lot of merchandise in here. You need to come by, check out the Facebook page, and you'll be surprised at what you're going to find here.
Yes.
I think you'll really be surprised. It's a great place to be in. What is doing, supporting our community and keeping our heritage here. So it's
Thank
great.
you.
More than welcome. Again, thanks for watching and listening this morning.
Good neighbors, too, I might add, right next door to us here. And certainly we appreciate Dina Snow being on there today with Mr. Terry Bunnell and a great program. It's called Banking on Business.
This is Melissa Carey, the new Vice President with the People's Bank. With life, we are met with daily challenges. Some are easy, while others may be more challenging. No matter the change, we at the People's Bank understand and want to help you. If you are looking for a change in banking, look no further. The People's Bank are experienced bankers ready to meet you with all of your financial needs. I look forward to serving my community. We are working for you. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We tried Dinovite Nutritional Supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dinovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Come see Thomas Oil and Fuel at 219 Industrial Drive. They offer 24-hour day at the pump service or pay inside during their normal business hours. Weekdays 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. No account required. They welcome everyone. Call them with your bulk fuel or oil orders at 270-651-5212. Also, come check out their selection of VP Racing Fuels. You'll be greeted with a smile. Thank you to everyone who has been by to support them, and they look forward to meeting those of you who haven't. Thomas Oil and Fuel, under new ownership, 219 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
You know, you wanted to come and hear some of the finest gospel groups from Kentucky and the state of Tennessee as well. It's the 2022 Kentucky State Gospel Singing Convention that's coming up this Friday and Saturday at the Cave City Convention Center. The concert starts at 6 p.m. each evening. The convention center is located off of Exit 53 on I-65 at 502 Mammoth Cave Street in Cave City. Believe it or not, this is the 76th anniversary, featuring trios and quartets performing Southern gospel music. Admission is absolutely free. Concessions available. A love offering will be taken. You will enjoy and we'll welcome you as our guests here for the 2022 Kentucky State Gospel Singing Convention. That's going to be Friday and Saturday at the Cave City Convention Center. Great music and a great get-together.
Good morning, friends. At John 14:6, Jesus makes it plain that there's only one way to God. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except by me. Now, that's pretty plain, but it's also pretty narrow. In today's society, tolerance seems to be a highly prized virtue. Acceptance of those with whom you differ is held to be a sign of sophistication and open-mindedness. Jesus himself was a champion of tolerance, tolerant of his disciples when they doubted, tolerant of the crowds when they misunderstood, and tolerant of us when we fail. There was one area, however, where Jesus was intolerant and dogmatic. As far as he was concerned, when it comes to salvation, there aren't several roads. There's only one road. That road, that way, is Jesus, on his terms. Maybe that's why it's so hard for some people to really accept Jesus. It's much easier to consider him as one of several options rather than as the only way to God. I guess it all boils down to whether one wants to go to heaven or not. His way or no way. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Thank you, Danny. Good morning, live 742. It's time to get caught up on birthdays today. We do have a bunch of folks celebrating today, and it's just fun to find out which neighbors and friends are celebrating. We got Beverly Perry having a birthday today. Jaleel Purcell. Happy birthday, Jaleel. Michael Peterson's on the list, too. It's Nicole Jones. Lindsay Humphrey. Lindsay, we sounded at 30 gong for you last hour, madam. We have Cody Coomer, who is 31 today. Mr. Wendy Frazier. Wendy's got a big birthday, too. It is, Lena Joyce Bunch. Lena is 92 today. Debbie Gray. Happy birthday to you, Debbie. And Amy Jones with a big birthday as well. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online here at WCLUradio.com. That's how we keep up with things around here, if in fact we are ever able to keep up with it, which is not always the case. It is Cara Matthews Day on WCLU. It's not Cara Matthews, it's Cara Mayhew. Why can't I read the words? It's Cara Mayhew Day on the radio, and she was requested to be good as gold. And the people that suggested Cara Mayhew to be good as gold, she is funny, she is entertaining, and she is always ready to help somebody. What nice words written in to be nominated. If you see her around, pat her on the back and let her know she's good as gold from A Little Taste of Texas and her friends here at WCLU and at Willie 94.1, the Big Willie, with a big pat on the back. 43 degrees. Good morning live.
We all have stories. We believe they're true, even if we can't explain them.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
The Far Off Broadway Players present Ghost Stories, October 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Historic Plaza Theater. Phone 270-361-2101 or visit historicplaza.com for tickets. Do you like ghost stories?
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks made it easy to savor all of fall's flavors with mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy, ready-in-a-flash comfort meals. Right now, shop their semi-annual sale and get 50% off site-wide. Use promo code SIZZLE at checkout for an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE. Minimum order may be required.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Good morning live, a quarter till 8, 43 degrees. We got some stuff coming up we want to make you aware of here. This is always fun. They did this last year, and I hope you get to do it this year. Our friends up at Thoroughbred Express inviting you to the big haunted car wash. That's right, it's a haunted car wash. It's this Friday, the 21st, and Saturday the 22nd, and again a week later on the 28th and the 30th rather, from 7 until 11 p.m. each night. And then on Halloween from 6 until 10. Each weekend we'll have a different theme. Tickets are $20 per carload. That's right, fill the car full, and they can enjoy the haunted car wash up at Thoroughbred Express. You can go to the website, thoroughbred.mywashaccount.com, and be able to click on for more information. So just don't forget that. It's a fun get-together indeed. Also, Friends of the Library book sale is coming up this Friday and Saturday, 9 to 3 at the Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Public Library. Most items are $1 or less. On Monday the 24th from 9 until noon will be the big $2 bag sale. It's cash only, sponsored by Friends of the Library. Got a question about that? 651-2824. We got tidbit news coming up straight ahead.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
When you've been injured in a car wreck, you need a team that will fight for you, just like the Titans do on Sundays. The team at Hughes & Coleman Injury Lawyers will lay it on the line and handle the insurance company to make sure you get the most money possible. They've recovered over $1 billion for their clients in Tennessee and Kentucky, and they'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. Hughes & Coleman, the official injury lawyers of the Tennessee Titans. Call 800-800-4600.
Principal Office, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hughes & Coleman is proud to be the official injury lawyers of the Tennessee Titans. To celebrate, Hughes & Coleman is giving away 2 free club-level tickets to every Titans home game and suite tickets to select Titans games. All you have to do is go to titans.hughesandcoleman.com, titans.hughesandcoleman.com, and register for your chance to win. Valid for residents 18 years or older in Tennessee and Kentucky. See titans.hughesandcoleman.com for official rules. Principal Office, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Around the world and up the street, it is Tidbit News. James Coates, ring that bell.
Morning, sir.
I want to make sure you're on the air. Brendan Croach.
Listen,
Brendan Croach.
I thought you were going to say Brendan Crow.
Brendan's trying to. Brendan eat crow?
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Brendan Crane is what I'm trying to say right here.
I am here and in attendance.
He's swooping down the big crane.
Good. You know, this town this weekend was absolutely on fire.
So much going on here.
The great turnout for the Harvest of History. You know, all the different things that go on around here. This is no sleepy little town. Hats off to everybody that made it something special all weekend long, for sure.
There's some gospel music yesterday.
Yeah.
With was it band table or table band?
Yeah, band table singers.
Band table singers.
Yeah,
there we
the
go.
Band table singers. They are talented too.
Yeah.
And of course we had the big Soma dance recital yesterday. And I don't want to get too involved because I'm sure we'll leave some good stuff out.
Yeah. Cold this morning now.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit of snow up north.
Yeah. How far north?
Michigan.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say, I'm not going to get out to look north on the back porch.
Not E-Town or anything.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's here. It's upon us. I'll say that.
I mean, I saw some footage this morning on Good Morning America, and it showed, wow, like it looked like it was what it looks like in January here as far as snow in Michigan.
It's like 20 degrees up there.
Yeah. But hey.
It's probably colder than that.
What can you say?
Folks in Mobile waking up to 41 degrees tomorrow. That's going to be a wake-up call.
How are they driving that?
Well, I mean, you know, it's funny. The further south you go, the worse people drive in the snow.
Well, we weren't saying the snow. We're just saying the temperature.
They can't drive in the temperature.
I was in Birmingham once when it snowed. That was crazy.
That is crazy.
A couple of things here. This story concerns me because I like seafood.
Okay.
Have y'all heard about this?
I don't know.
It's a major blow to America's seafood industry. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game has, for the first time in the state's history, canceled the winter snow crab season.
Oh, wow.
In the Bering Sea due to the falling numbers. While restaurant menus will suffer, scientists worry what the sudden population plunge means for the health of the Arctic ecosystem. There's an estimated 1 billion crabs have mysteriously disappeared in 2 years.
It's aliens.
It marks a 90% drop in their population. Did they run up to the north to get colder water? Asked this guy, Gabriel Prout, whose Kodiak Island fishing business relies heavily on snow crab population. Did they completely cross the border? Did they walk off the continental shelf on the edge over the Bering Sea? This guy, Ben Daly, is a researcher with ADF&G. He's investigating where the crabs have gone. He monitors health of state's fisheries, which produce 60%. 60% of the nation's seafood is produced in Alaska.
That's a lot of seafood.
They say disease is one possibility that holds CBS News. The guy says also climate change is an issue. Alaska is the fastest warming state in the country, losing billions of tons of ice each year. There's more to the story, but hey, somebody will jump on that. But you heard it here first. Canceled. The winter snow crab season has been canceled.
That's a first.
That really is.
I do like crab.
I
crab
do like
legs.
snow crab. I like king crab. I like, all of it. But anyway.
Hold off on all the butter then.
That's right. That's right. I do. I'd factor that in. All right.
Maybe they just wised up and they don't want to be eaten anymore. They just like, we're out of here.
That's right. Well, I mean, a billion of them, though.
Do they get to make that decision?
Where do you go?
Where do you put that many?
Well, I mean,
surely it'd be noticeable.
I mean, we don't really conceive how large the ocean really is.
Yeah, that's right.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
If you think about it, changing temperature, where these crabs can't survive, where did it go? All right, story number 2. This is an odd story, too. I told you I had odd stuff. There's a judge who has dismissed a young woman from the jury that's hearing that trial of those 3 guys that were going to kidnap Governor Whitmer of Michigan. You remember that? 3 guys were going to kidnap her and I guess, harm her. The attorneys have accused her of flirting with the defendant. Did you get this? One of the jurors is flirting with one of the people accused of to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Judge Thomas Wilson announced on Friday the woman has been removed from the jury 2 days after attorneys raised concerns that she was having too much nonverbal communication with the defendant, Paul Bellar. The Jackson Citizen Patriot reported, quote, "It didn't just happen on one day, it happened over multiple days.
Get you in trouble.
I decided it's safer to err on the side of caution," said the judge. Wilson said he's never seen such behavior in nearly 35 years of law. The juror took the decision well. He said that Bellar, age 24, was a member of a paramilitary group, the Wolverine Watchmen. He is standing trial with Joseph Morrison and Pete Musico. They're charged with trying to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. But hey, so here we got the snow crab season being canceled, and a judge has never seen a woman flirt with the defendant just because she was on the jury. But I'm saying that could really have an effect on the outcome if you didn't catch that woman flirting with the juror.
It could change everything.
That's right.
Why would you want to start flirting with the defendant?
I don't know. I mean, and there's no more details on that. But anyway, it says here the communication has been in the form of eye contact, and smiling at each other.
Oh, please.
Maybe they were friends on Tinder before this incident.
I don't know. Maybe that's right. I don't know. But anyway,
here's what I'd say. I'd say get a clue. Get a clue. You're sitting there being, tried for a crime. Get a clue.
I mean, and how, hey, I want to go out with a guy who almost kidnapped somebody else, a governor. Why not?
Sometimes I really question humanity, and it's pretty regular.
Every day.
In stories like this, I really do. I truly do.
Well, I got one more for you.
Oh, all right.
There's a receptionist up at a motor lodge.
Oh, boy.
Who was yelled at in front of the staff and the guests because she purchased a pumpkin.
Okay.
She was cursed out because she purchased a pumpkin, and she's been awarded $21,000.
Okay.
Quote, "I purchased a pumpkin to be used in the preparation of a meal for a school group. It was one of the wider items purchased. But my boss was angered by that purchase, and he berated me in front of both the staff and the guests. The criticism extended to purchases of breakfast items. So the Employment Relations Authority there in Michigan claimed that she was bullied and she was abused in the workplace.
All for a pumpkin.
She expressed concern that she was being asked to work in a way that created health and safety risk for workers and visitors. She claimed her resignation was forced, and then she raised a personal grievance. So the commission there says, yeah, we get it. Don't be cussing out people in front of the guests and the staff just for buying a pumpkin.
Take that.
$21,000 in your behalf.
Y'all can cuss me anytime.
That's exactly right.
I can get a claim out of it.
Wait till Christmas.
Everybody's looking for a claim.
And that's Tidbit News, y'all. I told you it was an odd day.
It is an odd
That's what we got.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care. Total local care. The outdoors. You love it. On the road, the trail, in the water, or in your own backyard. You want the best of everything to help you get the job done better and faster. And out the door, off to your next adventure. Make it happen at the new locally owned KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine of Glasgow. See John Dial to get your surroundings spectacular with power equipment from Skag, Gravely, Echo, Cub Cadet, Wright, and more. Mowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. Even pressure washers from Vortex. Plus engine repair if you need it. And rock and mulch when you're ready to liven up your landscaping. To put your go into gear, get your own ATV or side-by-side UTV from KY Power Sports. And for those who know life is best enjoyed on the water, KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine in Glasgow carries personal watercraft and power boats. When it comes to everything outdoors, see new owner John Dial and make it happen at the new locally owned KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine, 402 South L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
What QC Kinetics is doing for people here is nothing short of amazing. I'm talking about real lasting relief from joint pain. Hey, it's James Coates. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in exciting new pain treatments with advanced regenerative medicine, non-surgical alternatives. So if you're living with joint pain from injury or arthritis, don't let them tell you steroids and pain meds and surgery are your only options. QC Kinetics uses regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged tissue. Maybe you've been diagnosed with bone-on-bone arthritis and been told you need a replacement. Call QC Kinetics now for an alternative way to deal with the pain. These amazing protocols work with pain caused by injury as well, like a torn meniscus or rotator cuff. Call QC Kinetics now. Don't keep living with the pain. Learn how regenerative medicine can give you your life back with no drugs and no surgery. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation, 270-974-4500, 270-974-4500. That's QC Kinetics, 270-974-4500.
Coming up next, it's The Trader on Willie 94.1.